Hello class. Last class I discussed about the nutrition, how animals obtain their food, right? What are the process, how they obtain their food? Carnivorous, herbivorous, omnivorous, right? So today we are going to discuss this process. Yeah, the food which we take, which they take, or which we take, right? How does they transfer in our body? How does a person eat the food? Okay, they are divided into 5 parts, mainly ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, then egestion. So let's see. Please take out your book and follow me. Okay. Different steps in the process of nutrition are, there are mainly 5 processes concerned with the use of food by animals. They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So these 5 processes are responsible for taking the food and distributing the energy. Okay, taking the food and distributing the energy by this nutrition, by these 5 processes. First one is ingestion. Ingestion means what? In means putting inside, right? How does one put inside? How does the food get inside? With the help of the mouth, right? So let's see. All living beings need energy for their growth and various other life activities. They must eat food or take food into the body. Thus, the process of taking food into the body is known as ingestion. For example, when we put food into our mouth with the help of our hand, we are ingesting the food. So, what is ingestion? Ingestion means the process by which the food is taken from hand to the mouth. Food is taken to the mouth, inside the mouth. That is called ingestion. Okay. So how does one take ingestion? How does one take food? Either with the help of hands or either with the help of mouth. Right? Like animals. Animals, they chew it directly from the mouth. And while human beings, they take it from the hand and put it into the mouth. So, when they put inside the mouth, they chew the food. Okay, they do not directly put inside the food. They chew first, they make smaller particles. They make into a smaller particles. The food is made into a smaller particle. Why? Because the stomach, right, which you have. The stomach, after getting the food, they will start digesting. But if the food is in bigger particles, it will take long process, right? It will take long process, and some food may be undigested. Okay, some food may be undigested. So because of that, when we put inside the mouth, we chew the food, then we put inside the stomach. Now digestion. The ingested food consists of complex insoluble organic substances which cannot be absorbed by the animal's body in this form. So before the food is used by the animal for various functions like getting energy for growth, it must be broken down into the right kind of molecules which are water soluble and which can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Thus, the process of breaking down of food containing large insoluble molecules into small water-soluble molecules which can be easily absorbed by the body is known as ingestion. In simple words, digestion. In simple words, digestion is the dissolving of solid food. Most animals use physical as well as chemical methods for breaking up the large particles. The physical methods involve chewing and grinding of food into the mouth, and chemical methods involve addition of digestive juices called enzymes secreted by the body itself. So now look at the digestion. What we see in this digestion is that the process of making the unsoluble particles, right? Unsoluble particles into a soluble particle, so that it can be mixed with the bloodstream, and then that energy which we get from the food will be transferred to different parts of our body for the process of growth or for the process of work. Okay, so how does these things take place? How does it converts insoluble particles into a soluble molecule? You take a leaf, okay, you take some leaves, fresh leaves, then when you take fresh leaf you will not find anything here. But if we grind it and press it, after grinding the leaves and press it, what happens? The water molecules come, right? So take that example, okay, insoluble particles, leaves, then after grinding it, it becomes a soluble particles. So likewise, the food is of the same process. The digestion takes place in the same processes. So this undigested food, and it can be done by the two processes, either by chewing or physical or chemical. Physical means chewing the food particles, and chemical means enzyme, which is secreted in the digestive, called as digestive juice, right? So that juice will help to mix the food particles and make it into a soluble molecule. Now comes the absorption. After digestion, the soluble simple food molecules pass through the wall of our intestine and enter the blood of the limb. It occurs by diffusion. Thus, the process by which the soluble nutrients pass through the intestinal walls into the bloodstream is known as absorption. So what I've told you about the diffusion, right? Diffusion means transferring of water molecule into higher gradients into a lower gradient. So our body, say our body and our stomach, right? So from the stomach, the energy which was assimilated by the food, which was stored by the food, gets inside the stomach. So it needs to transfer, right? Our body does not have full energy, but our stomach has full energy. So that full energy from the stomach will transfer to the body. So that is called diffusion. And see here, the process by which the soluble nutrients pass through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream is known as absorption. So they absorb the molecules they absorb the energy or soluble molecules from the stomach through to the bloodstream, and that bloodstream will transfer the energy from every part of our body from the stomach. So that is called absorption. Now assimilation. The absorbed nutrients are carried by lymph or blood to all parts of the body, where they enter into the cell and are used for producing energy needed for making material for the growth and repair of the body. Thus the process by which nutrients are taken in by the body cell to be used as energy for the growth and repair is called assimilation. So now comes to the assimilation. We have seen absorption. Absorption occurs through diffusion, right? It occurs through diffusion from stomach to the bloodstream. Now comes assimilation. Assimilation means what? Distributing, okay? Transferring. Assimilation means distributing or transferring. So this energy which we get from the stomach got inside the bloodstream, right? So what will happen? That blood, that energy, now assimilation time, now that blood will transfer all to the body parts, okay, all to the body parts, transferring or distributing. They will distribute in our hand, they will distribute in our stomach, they will not stomach, sorry, they will distribute in our brains, they will distribute in our injured parts of our body, okay, different types of parts of our body, it will be distributed for the growth and repair. Now comes digestion. What is digestion? The whole of ingested food is not digested by the body. Some part of the ingested food remains undigested, which cannot be used by the body. So ingestion is the elimination of fecal matter or undigested food outside the body. In other words, the process by which undigested food is removed out from the body is known as egestion. Egestion means throwing out. So undigested food which remains, right? It comes out, okay, it comes out. It needs to be thrown. Why? Because if we keep undigested food in our stomach, what will happen? Our stomach will get spoiled. We will not want to have food. We will not want to mix. Okay, so different things occurs during when undigested food remains in our stomach. So this undigested food is thrown out in our body, from our body with alcohol, and in the form of number 2, right? Number 2, you know number 2. Fecal matter means number 2. Okay, so that is all about the nutrition. So next class we'll discuss about nutrition in simple animals like amoeba, okay, amoeba, bacteria and all. Okay, so please follow and write down your notes. Don't keep it for later, okay? When the class reopens, when the school reopens, your copy will be checked automatically and will give marks based on your performance, based on your notes. Thank you.